Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well today. We're starting this dungeon a little bit later than normal, and the reason for that is because I've been having some issues once again with my PC. Not quite sure what's going on. It just seems to keep flickering during the recordings. It's driving me friggin' mad. But unfortunately, I just don't know what the issue is, and until I can figure it out, I don't know how to fix it as such. So yeah, it's something I'm doing a bit of a test at the moment. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually recording on a laptop. So when I'm record or when I go upstairs and into the office to actually use that to set my mic up and things like that, I have a second screen plugged in, and I'm wondering if it's just stressing out the graphics card, maybe. I don't know. But like I said, it's having issues, so I'm hoping this will be a little bit better. Yeah, so what's happening? What's going on? So we've farmed up some renown. We are now renown 15. We haven't been farming that much, but we have farmed up a little bit, and renown 15 is high enough that with the campaign quest we can go and get... we can complete the campaign quest effectively, and we'll passively pick up the rest of the renown before the next patch anyway. So I'm going to be going to do the campaign quest at some point. I just haven't been around to it recently, which will give us a full set of 197 gear. I think with my legendary upgraded and all that other stuff, it takes me about to 202, 203 eye level, which would be quite nice. At the moment we're 194, so quite a big jump, and I think 200 might be the level that people actually start looking at me and going, yeah, maybe he's not trash. Maybe they won't, but hey, who knows. Yeah, so we've got TBC pre-patch coming out tomorrow, which I'm super excited for. I will be playing TBC. I'll be playing a Warlock, and again we're going to set ourselves a couple of goals in that as well. Yeah, so there's definitely some fun to be had. And then we'll have TBC release. We'll have... we've got obviously 9.1 coming. So there's lots of content coming very shortly that we're really looking forward to. Next week's not a horrible Mythic Plus week. I do want to push more Mythic Plus. This is actually the last Mythic Plus I need that I haven't got any time at all for. A lot of them are 2s, but we have got a couple of 6-7s. Obviously 114 we were boosted, one that we ran ourselves, but yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to pushing a little bit more, but just trying to get into a group at the moment. I mean, I have my own key. I have a 10 Theatre of Pain. 3 people joined the group, immediately just left. Like, they saw my gear and they're like, nah, not doing that, and they just left. Which, other than the fact, is pretty disrespectful. There's no real need. Like, I'm pulling more than enough DPS for a 10. Not like I would be a handicap in a group. I offer CC, I offer Bloodlust, etc. It is literally just people want you to have 225 eye level just to get into a 10, which isn't fun, but hey, what can we do about it? So we're going to get pretty nice procs here. Soulstorm's coming in. I think we have someone else decursing, which is nice. The tank is very low geared. I believe he's 165 eye level. The Warlock's done some nice damage so far. He really popped off on a couple of the bosses. The Monk is 182. Hasn't done bad, but again, not really competing in terms of DPS at the moment. We are still topping DPS in almost every group we go into, ironically. We haven't really had an experience yet where we've been thrashed. There's been a couple we've lost it like at the very end. It's been a tight race or something like that, but there's not been many dungeons I've done so far where I've thoroughly lost, which is a nice experience. I think next week I'll be upping my legendary to 210 instead of crafting a single target one. So, although I'm not entirely sure, because next week is tyrannical, so having a single target legendary would be nice. But I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see what happens. What is this? I'm going to just alter time this because it looks painful as, and I can't actually stop that, so I'm just going to do this. Just trying to reduce as much damage as I can for a minute. We seem to be taking a lot of damage. The alter time came back as well. I'm not sure what eye level the chamois is. According to this, he's 192. Oh, he stood in the middle of that. That's sad. Yeah, according to this is 192, so we are a fairly low eye level group. Average is probably around the 190 mark. But yeah, I mean, people were doing these dungeons at 190, so not too much of an issue. I will be looking for a Mythic Plus team in 9.1, or certainly trying to form one myself. I think it's something that will help me push my mage even further. And I think Frosty's viable enough to be a class to do that. I really do. I think it's a strong class, and I think it's got a lot of potential. Okay, let's get rid of these curses. I think I'm probably going to have aggro here unless the tanks pop to cooldown. The Chamois is dead, which is not good at all. I am just Iceland spamming because there's a lot of movement and I'd rather just do some DPS, although we did actually pop off. I'm just saying. We've actually stopped using IQD as well. We're using Sunblood, and the reason for that is because IQD is on a 3-minute cooldown, and while Icy Veins is also on a 3-minute cooldown, I've noticed that because the conduit that reduces your Icy Veins cooldown based on your crits, IQD was never up at the same time, and when it was, IQD was giving me crit, which means it was just reducing the cooldown even further. So it's nice, I can see the combination, but yeah, unfortunately I think Sunblood's just slightly better. In terms of pure single target, the IQD actually still does rule out, but the Sunblood in anything more than 2 targets seems to be smashing it. So that will be what I'm focusing on for the moment. I'm glad we kind of waited because I used my Icy Veins on the last pull, and it probably wouldn't have been up for the boss, and we're going to have Time Warp as well, so I would like that. So the last time we did this 3 pull wasn't particularly nice, so we're actually going to go in and do this, and Rune of Power, and we're going to try and pop some stuff. So I've got the curse on me, which is fine, so I can get rid of the curse. Let's get rid of that. Do I have aggro on this? I do. I'm going to pop mirror images, actually. Let's just let them tank stuff. I think the Chamois died again. The Chamois did die again. I don't really know how. I'm going to ice block this. That's going to kill the monk, I imagine. Oh no, it's now on me. Please cast it before I get out. Nice. We kicked that one. This is a very, very messy pull. This is probably the hardest pull in the dungeon, so yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I can't see us not timing this. This is our 3rd boss. We've still got the Construct Quarter left, but yeah, I'm not worried about us not timing this, to be honest. It gives me time to get my cooldowns back. Woo! Yeah, so on the first boss, the Warlock like multi-dotted and annihilated me on DPS, so not happy about that. I'm hoping that we could put him in his place a little bit here. We'll definitely be popping Time Warp though. I don't know if you can do any fancy tricks with Alter Time here in terms of like your souls. Obviously the boss pulls out. We haven't got Ice Block to block it off, which is annoying. I'm pretty sure you can invis it off though. Go, 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 go. I'm immediately going to walk in. Mirrors, bang, bang. Let's get some duppers off. That was a nice little start. Perfect placing on the blink. I think that other dude's going to get screwed over though. He did, yeah. Wait. What? I was stood on the hands. Are you joking? No, I was stood on the hands. We haven't actually popped Bloodlust here. I'm actually going to. I actually meant to, I just didn't for some reason. Okay, that time it worked. First time I'm pretty sure I stood on the hands. I'm pretty sure I got scammers there by the game, but never mind. Yeah, so I've been playing a little bit of ESO on the side. Been playing Realm of the Mad God still. All good funs. WoW's interesting. Like, I really want to just get back into doing Mythic Pluses. I think maybe 1 week. I just need to find a nice push week. This week would have probably been a good shout, to be fair. But get just a nice push week and farm up to like 1.3k raid RIO and just grind it out and then be able to run 15s all week long, and that would be fun. Then I'd be able to actually do stuff and gear up that way. But It looks like that's not really an option for us at the moment, just because our gear's just not good enough and people just aren't interested without a million Raider RIO. We're at a 515 at the moment. I know we said we want to be around the 600 to 800 mark. This should get us to about 560. And after that, it's going to be slower climbs, but we will get there. 1,000 would be our first, obviously, main goal. Are you not going to stun them in my blizzard, please? Oh, that's sad. You come and stood in my blizzard. That's appreciated. Even the mobs felt bad for me and just stood in my blizzard anyway. Yeah, it wasn't a particularly fun pull. It's one of the disadvantages of Frost I found, actually, is that if tanks don't make advantage of your blizzards, it's pretty painful at times. But I'm enjoying Hysteria. I'm enjoying that like little burst of haste that we get. So ideally here, we'd do this, and then we'd all stack up, and I would Ice Lance and get top DPS. That's how I'd like this pull to go. It's not going to be how that pull goes, but it's how I'd like the pull to go. So we actually got smashed by the Windwalker here. I didn't pop any cooldowns. I'm actually going to pop cooldowns on the next pack. I think if I pop cooldowns on the next pack, it will be back up for the boss, which is perfect. And this is a particularly nasty pack, so I'm actually even going to mark one. You don't see me mark very often, but sometimes it is just the right move. And I'm going to actually single target focus. I'm getting the next kick on this one. I'm going to Blizzard just because they're all stood together. He stepped away. And my mirror, I probably won't get... Yeah, I should have used my last flurry on the other Sludge Spewer. But it's fine. It's done. I don't think we can stop that, so I'm just going to Ice Block it. It was nice. Really, really good Ice Block. So we didn't take the damage either. Get it down, get it down, get it down. So we popped cooldowns there, which was nice, and probably helped us with that pack quite a lot, to be honest. Where's this dude going? We can actually skip this quite quickly. I'm expecting someone to pull it. We don't. It doesn't really matter if it gets pulled because obviously there's no prideful, but that's one thing that hasn't been announced actually for 9.1 is what the season affix is. I'd be really interested to know what that is. I know that Blizzard trolled us on April 1st, but I'd actually would like to know at some point what it is. Right. Oh, God. We pulled both. Who pulled it? This is just a wipe, I think. Let's do that. Let's do this. I think we're dead here anyway. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure the monk body pulled it. Yeah, he did. At that point, just die. So I'm not trying to be toxic with it, but teaching him, actually, you probably could have just died. If you pulled it accidentally, you probably could have just died and ran back afterwards. I'm interested to see what this tank does now if he just pulls it, which is the correct move. You should just pull it. People can't be trusted. There we go. I'm not sure if that was intentional, actually, but he did pull it. But yeah, if people can't skip it once, they can't skip it twice. This is a horrible place to tank this, by the way. What you should do is drag it into this room. And give yourself the most space possible. Kite it round is absolutely the right thing, but yeah, you should give yourself the most space possible to move. You don't want to all be stacked on top of each other, and you really don't want to be in front of him or behind him, or stuck in a position where you have nowhere better to go, like there's Chamois there. But we killed it, which is not an issue. I'm going to have my cooldowns back in plenty of time, and I'm actually tempted to pop cooldowns on this pack. I feel like if I don't, the druid is probably just going to die. So I'm going to alter time as well. And the reason I'm going to alter time is I'm expecting to pull a bit of aggro. I'm expecting to be just take passive damage as well. And alter time just ignores all of that entirely, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we didn't do particularly much in that pull. It wasn't like we pulled 15, 20k DPS and murdered them, but we did enough. We controlled them. We got kicks off in the right places. We did what we needed to do. Now, hopefully he pulls this gas bag back up. You can pull it down, but you don't have the space to get round him at times. And when you have the other ads jumping around as well, it can get very, very messy very quickly. So he did pull it back. Got some procs. Oh, we got lots of procs. Should definitely be pulling it all the way up though. There's no need to tank it right there, because all you're doing is just limiting the space we have. Because he can face us now. He can face like here, and he'll cover most of this platform. There you go. He's moving up now. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. We killed him. It's not a problem. But yeah, so some of our goals in TBC. Let's talk about that. So, I certainly want to clear all the content in TBC. I didn't in Classic, but I didn't really play Classic this time. We went in and did it all afterwards. I'd like to be a part of something that's going to go in and clear the content. Kara's certainly something I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Warlock is typically the hyper carry in TBC anyway, although actually there's been a lot of warriors doing crazy amounts of damage because they're going in there with good gear from vanilla, and the fact then that they are, because people know the mechanics in the fights, they're abusing the mechanics a little bit more, knowing what they have to stay in, or they have to run out on, and what they can stay in on, things like that. So warriors are going to be pretty interesting. I think rogues are still going to be up there as well, very similar to the classic meta. And I think mages will be underrated as well. I think mages will be very, very strong. Of course, you're always going to want a warlock in the group anyway. You're just going to want a mage in the group anyway. So our spots are pretty well confirmed. Now, let's pop... Oh, okay. My Icy Veins wasn't up. That's great. My Icy Veins still isn't up. Is it up now? Thank you. Just as he has to move. That is great. Again, lots of mobility in this class. If you use your procs correctly, there is so much mobility in this class. It's crazy. I have more mobility in this class than I did as Boomkin. Obviously, fire has Scorch, so it's weird when you come from playing fire. I imagine this class feels like it has no mobility. But yeah, Frost has so much mobility. It's very, very nice to play. I don't know if I should be dropping a Blizzard here. The reason that I am is just to control the ads jumping around a little bit and slow them. But yeah, I don't know if the ads are worth even putting any damage into outside of just passive Ice Lances. We're going to get Frozen Orb back up, which is why I'm doing it now, is that I'm going to cleave onto them and just pad some DPS, because I can. Why not? Also gives me extra Finger of Frost charges, so it does actually help us kill the boss just a little bit quicker. And the boss is dead. 2 minutes left on Time Warp. There's 1 minute left on my cooldowns. Let's see if we can finish the run topping the DPS on the last boss. Is there anything we want from here? We did this last time and we got exactly what we hoped we would get. So what could we want from Theatre of Pain? Frost Mage on a Mythic. Shoulders would be nice. Chest would be lovely. Cuffs would be great. The ring, the Blood Oath Signet would be very, very nice. I would actually upgrade that. Any of the rings actually would be quite cool from here. A lot of them have crit on. And the Soul Aim Ruby. So I've heard that this is incredible for Frost, and it's something I definitely want to play around with myself. So it'd be quite nice. So just letting the group know what I'm planning to do. Ultimately, if I didn't, they might expect just to blow everything at the start. One of us should pop our cooldowns. Otherwise, the boss is just going to last too long at the start. It's only a 5 and it's not tyrannical, so it's not that much of an issue. But it's just a good habit to get in. It's just communicating to your group, telling people what to expect, what you want to see. I'm going to use a mirror here. I probably could have held it, but I actually want to get him out of this phase quite quickly, and it's quite a short little cooldown as well, so plus it allows me to move during this phase. Damn, getting all of the procs. So I've saved my Frozen Orb for this now. Not that it's going to hit many of them, I don't think. It did a little bit. Right, let's go nuts. Of course you're aiming that my way. Nice little use of the alter time there just to get out of the way of the beam if it was coming my way, and then get back to it. We did have to get out of the font for a second though. Actually hardcasted a flurry there because my haste was quite high. But bam 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 bam. Let's get it, dude. Let's get it, dude. Bang 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 bang, and we killed it. Bang. So 3.6k overall. Not a greatest run that we've had so far, but actually not the worst. We did quite a lot in terms of controlling the group as well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Let's see if this dude actually needs them shoulders. Guessing by the fact he has the shoulder model on already, he does. Congratulations to him. And yeah, so guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully 200 plus eye level by tomorrow with the chest as well should be a good goal for us to achieve. This is what our chest is going to look like at the moment. 200 eye level and a 207, so not sorry, 213, so not great, but high enough for us. So yeah. So guys, thank you for watching. Catch you later. I hope this quality is a little bit better than it has been recently in terms of the screen flickering. If you guys know what's causing it, please let me know. Thank you for watching, guys, and catch you later. Goodbye.